And we back with another one, y'all. So, young Dolph Killer finally decides to speak out, man. Y'all know my guy, man. Straight Drop, a.k.a. Mr. Gucci North Face, a.k.a. Mr. Can't Rap, a.k.a. think he's smarter than everybody, but everybody's smarter than him. You know what I'm saying? Spoke out, and he had a lot to say. Now, everything went in this video. Shout out to Hookah Anonymous, but I heard the whole interview and I listened to it, so I'm going to chime in with a couple of extra things, but I'm going to go over a lot of stuff that was said in this video too, plus some other stuff that Straight Drop said and him speaking on why he decided to kill young Dolph and what happened between him and young Dolph. So let's get right into it.
So Drop, man, it's the $1 million question. A lot of people asking why. Like, you know what I'm saying? They asking why you take their favorite artist who was giving back to the city. You know what I'm saying? They saying he could have put you on. They saying, you know, why?
Now, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on concerning new information in regards to the young Dolph case. Honestly, there's really no update in regards to what happened and who's involved. I think we all know this because at this point it's evident. However, we all been asking the same question. If Straight Drop was cool with young Dolph, because we did see him around Dolph in the PRE and also know that he was affiliated with Key Glock, then what would make him do one of the most unthinkable things, which is take Dolph's life?
And make sure y'all drop them Dolph emojis down in the comment section, man. Rest up to my boy Flipper.
Now let's say they had problems. As friends or someone you was once cool with, the last thing you would want to do is take somebody's life that you was once friends with. The most you may want to do is catch a friendly fade or something like that, but to take their life, it only really means that there was never really any love there. Because nobody you was once cool with, had love for, can drive you to the point to where you want to take their lives unless they tried taking yours or did something to you that it was just no coming back from. Even that's still a little but you can't tell people how to respond to disrespect. Now with that being said, shout out to Never Said Podcast. They have a brand new jail call on their platform where they speak to Straight Drop himself and ask him a few questions that we all wanted to know. Now one of the main questions was, why did you unalive young Dolph? And honestly, he didn't have a straight answer, but it seemed like he came up with the next best thing that he could think of. Now, according to Straight Drop, young Dolph offered him to sign the PRE. Once he denied, he says that young Dolph started treating him like an op and he could feel a difference. He also says that it'll be situations talked about that only he knows that Dolph know about, which gave him the inclination that Dolph was also talking about him to others because other people will also bring it up. Now, here's the thought, right? We also know that Straight Drop, well, obviously had ties to CMG. So maybe it wasn't the denial of the PRE offer, it was everything of the fact that he knew.
So, Straight Drop saying when he declined the deal with Dolph to sign with PRE, he felt like Dolph started treating him like an op or whatever. And he was like, people was coming back telling him stuff. Now, the whole time, people probably weren't saying, Dolph probably wasn't saying nothing about Straight Drop. But if I could gas your head up enough for you to go do something, or you to do that, I'm going to tell you like, yeah, this was going on. So it get real deep, man. Let's get back into it.
Knew or got word that he was hanging with the ops, and that's why he started treating him like one. Did he ever think of that? Because I can't see Dolph treating him like an op if he been around for a long time, all over a contract. Dolph himself already preached independency, so why would he get mad at him if he felt he was doing the same thing? In fact, he did the same thing to Yo Gotti. So why?
And a lot of y'all artists, man, y'all got to learn how to leave the street stuff at the door and start handling and conducting y'all business. Pooh Shiesty in that situation he in now, because he wanted to handle it in the street way and he ain't want to handle it in a business way. So instead of Straight Drop spending his life in jail for killing young Dolph, he could have been on paper route getting money. Crazy.
Why would he get mad at Straight Drop for doing the same thing that he did to Yo Gotti when he was offered a CMG deal. And let's say what Straight Drop is saying is true. It's crazy how the world works and how things come in full circle. Because Yo Gotti offered Young Dolph a deal with CMG, he denied it, and then they fell out and started beefing. According to Straight Drop, the same thing happened allegedly between him and Young Dolph. Anyway, we're going to react to what Straight Drop had to say. Once again, shout out to Never Said Podcast. I don't have the direct link to their platform, but y'all go check them out and support. But in the meantime, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Hold up, y'all. There's no way you're watching this video for free right now, where you could be getting paid literally just for playing games while this video play in the background at the same time. Only difference is the increase in your bank account. Now, I'm not saying you'll get rich, but I am saying that you could easily make something while doing nothing except for sitting on the couch playing games if you download the app Free Cash. Tap or click the link I pinned in the comment section or scan the QR code that I put right here on the screen. Also, if you use my link right now, they give you a little something to start off with just for signing up. So if you want a little Uber Eats or something to snack on and don't feel like dipping into your own wallet, play a few games so you don't have to spend your own ends. Now
yeah, y'all hit that code, man. So y'all get that Uber Eat money together. Drop a booty bum for the Uber Eats.
Get back to the video.
People saw you in the background of both Young Dolph and Key Glock videos, they music videos. Earlier, you were pretty much saying, it be the ones that's close to you, it be your own people. So some people is saying, what about you? They feel like you biting the hand that's feeding you.
Let me tell you, only time you biting the hand that's feeding you when you just do it out of spite.
Yeah.
That's biting the hand that's feeding you. Knowing that this hand feeding you, you still do something snake or slimy or grimy. It's different. See, they don't know that me and Brad had word, and he came to me with a certain fever. So you check their temperature.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I you be thugging around them. He supposed to be in the movement. But when I declined, I turned it to an op.
Yeah.
When I declined the offer, I was an op now. I come around, niggas get quiet. Nigga acting funny. That was going on. I'm a street nigga. I peep everything.
But here's...
So you should have known, Straight Drop, a.k.a. Mr. Gucci North Face, you should have known that they was going to do that when y'all started messing with CMG. Now, if you weren't messing with CMG before that, okay, you turned down your deal, but you still around paper route. See, I'm tell y'all how dumb Straight Drop is. I won't sign to Young Dolph for $100,000 because he said he felt like he was worth more than $100,000. But let me show y'all how bad the streets got y'all head messed up. So you won't sign to Young Dolph for $100,000, but you will hang around him every day for free. So you telling me if I come to one of the guys right now, oh no, Buddha, I need more than $100,000. I'm worth more than that. You don't want the $100,000, but you'll hang around me every day for free? You mad because ain't nobody got nothing to say to you? You mad because it's time for the team to hit the road and you can't go on the road with that? You can't hit the road. You don't want to get no money. So you just want to be around. You just want to do some BS. You want to bring down the whole empire. See, there's always somebody in the crew thinking they G Money, man. You got to watch them to be them G Money niggas, man. Yeah, he was on that G Money type of time. His whole thing was to tear it down after he decided not to take the deal, bruh. Straight Drop could have been a millionaire, bro. Like, let's just keep it real. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been out, but Dolph probably would have put him with band play and he probably would have had a hit. Who knows? But if I'm around y'all every day for free, why wouldn't I sign for $100,000? And I'm already around y'all anyway for free. And him and Key Glock already cool. Look, Straight Drop, solo project. That's one project right there. him and Key Glock cool. They had chemistry. I heard him and Key Glock was like, used to be like best friends before. So they could have had an album come out. The streets got y'all head so focused on, I want to be in tour with somebody. I want to kill somebody. Y'all not thinking straight. Use your head. Is this camera on? Is this camera on me? Use y'all head. Use your head. Please. That's how y'all keep ending up in these dumb situations. I hang around you every day for free, but I ain't gonna sign for the 100,000. Why not? You an idiot. That's dumb. That makes no sense. People say he was talking about me. You could have heard what was being said if you'd have signed the deal. You'd have still been around. You'd have still been there. Crazy, bro.
Here's the thing about that, right? Instead of him doing what he did, if you did feel like that, why not just remove yourself? Right? Instead of doing what you did, if you felt like they were moving Oppie, why wouldn't you just sit there and say, you know what, I'm not messing with them no more. I'm going elsewhere, like you basically did. And maybe that's why they was treating you like that. You know, you got some cases to where you may be friends with this person and they may be a part of a clique, right? But there's certain people a part of that clique may not mess with you, but the fact that their friend mess with you, they tolerate you.
And another thing, I know Straight Drop went on his Instagram story and said that the interview was fake or whatever like that. I tapped in with my people from Memphis. They told me that's 100% him in the interview real. So I'm reacting to it. Because I waited. I was supposed to been do the video, but I had to find out if it was real or not. They told me it's real. So until somebody proved them wrong, it's real.
So that's what it seemed like it was going on. It seemed like maybe Dolph or whoever didn't really mess with him, but other people did, so they just tolerated him. However, maybe they got wind that he was messing with CMG, and that's why they started giving him the cold shoulder.
Ain't too much getting past me because of my lifestyle and where I come from and how I came up.
I heard
So,
that.
you know, I take all that into consideration and make and try to make the best decision and judgment for the situation.
And the best decision and judgment was to unalive Dolph. Right? His reasons still just don't make sense.
And you got to think the leader's going to be the one that call the shots.
And then, not only that, once you had them words with Dolph, you start trying to shoot at any and everybody you could from PRE, having shootouts with Paper Raul, Ricky, it's all in the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, how are you, man? Plus, you was mad that they signed Big too, and Big Money. I think he's supposed to have something to do with D Money Death or something like that. But at the same time, how you could have prevented that if you'd have made the right decision that you was supposed to make. If you'd have signed, he'd have never got signed. Cause you were already there. You could have told, hey, nah, Dolph, we ain't rocking with dude had something to do with who out the bit. Boom. And he never would have got signed. And he never would have been over there. But you so focused on, I turned down the deal and says he ain't want to give me more than 100,000. I'm gonna kill it, but I'm gonna kill a whole PRE. Drop a Buddha bomb, cause Straight Drop tried to take out the whole PRE by itself. Now you sitting in jail for the rest of your life. Cornelius go get out. Govan somewhere getting beat up, but at the same time, I don't think Govan finna do a lot of time for whatever he doing. So he'll be back out, and he beat the case. You know what I'm saying? Straight Drop, it wasn't worth it, bro. It wasn't worth it. And then you killed Dolph for less money than what Dolph tried to sell you for. Huh? Oh, man, some of y'all street dudes, man, y'all just don't be using y'all head.
For sure. I heard that. So Drop, man, it's the $1 million question. A lot of people asking why. Like, you know what I'm saying? They asking why you take their favorite artist who was giving back to the city. You know what I'm saying? They saying he could have put you on. They saying, you know, why?
I really ain't got no comment for that.
Exactly.
I heard that. I understand.
That's crazy. Now you see, when you really think about it, right? You took a father, you took a brother, you took an uncle, you took somebody's significant other, you took somebody that was giving back to the community. And then when somebody asks you why, you say, I really don't have no comment for that. Right? So all that tells me is you really did it for nothing. According to Cornelius, y'all did it for a payout. And then come to find out, y'all didn't even really get anything for doing what y'all did. So now you didn't get paid, you took somebody that was contributing to the culture, and then now you also got a whole bunch of jail time. For what? He don't got no comment for it.
So if you was sitting right next to young Dolph right now to this day, what could you say to him?
Crazy question.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because I ain't want to take what you offer. That you choose to slander me, slander my name.
But
amongst the PRE.
How could you say he slandered your name?
Nobody knew his name until you unalived Dolph. So how did he slander his name? I can't recall not one song or interview where we heard Dolph talking about Straight Drop or anything concerning Straight Drop. So he tried to throw, with PRE. What does that got to do with the T in China? Right? So he's basically saying that he started acting salty or doing whatever after he turned down the deal. But what was he doing exactly? He still don't got no
No,
word.
things get back to you.
Yeah.
One person tells somebody else to tell the next person to get back. It's like, hold on. I don't know what they know about the situation if they was there. So how you know? Oh, so you done been around this person and told you they exposed some information or something. It just got to the wrong ear.
Man, look. One of them bum niggas knew you was on a bum activity type time drop. They lied they got in your head, they gassed you up. After you turned down the deal with Dolph, which was a stupid decision, you decided you was gonna keep making dumb decisions. You tried to kill Wu, dumb decision. You killed Dolph, dumb decisions. Like, you just weren't using your head. And then you caused all this commotion and still never made 100,000. You said you was worth more than 100,000. So if you feel like you was worth more than 100,000, why are you doing all this stuff that you're doing for less than 100,000? But you say you know your worth. You could have knew your worth. You threw your whole life away for nothing. Crazy, bro.
We got back to me.
Yeah. You being loyal to people who not loyal to you. And me, obviously, I understand the street code. You being loyal to people who ratting on you, who not even loyal to you, got you all the time you got, you know what I'm saying? You feel like even some PRE members wasn't loyal to you, specifically Young Dolph. He was loyal to you in certain ways, and there's other people who cross you harder than Young Dolph could have ever crossed you, such as the Cornelius Smith guy. So, you know.
You said a mouthful in, right? You said a mouthful in.
That was a good last question he asked about Cornelius, but to be honest with you, it's nothing Straight Drop can do while he's incarcerated. They both are incarcerated. So the only thing you can probably do is if you see him in transitioning, if y'all going to court together, whatever, you see him, you probably put hands on him or whatever you try to do. But it's nothing you could basically do to him while you inside there. That's one. But once again, if you just dissect what he said about Dolph, at first it seems like it was the offer. Then he's making it seem like it was something else, to where other people knew about their business. He said too much to the wrong person. Which one is it? To be honest with you, he didn't have no real reason to do what he did outside of trying to get money. Outside of what they said allegedly, in which, if I'm not mistaken, Cornelius also said that everything was done not only for the money, but he was promised, allegedly, a spot on CMG, allegedly. Or we just gonna say another music label, right? He was basically promised a lot of things. And then Cornelius also put Big Jook in the mix. Now, Big Jook isn't here to defend himself, but according to Cornelius, they all knew about it, as well as Govan Hernandez. Now to this day, Govan tries to make it seem like he don't know what's going on, Cornelius is lying, but Cornelius didn't put himself up to this neither. He didn't just go and say, we're gonna unalive young Dolph. There was a reason. And even though Straight Drop didn't want to say the reason, Cornelius did. And I don't think he's lying, because what else would be the motive for him doing what he did to young Dolph? He don't know Dolph. Dolph didn't do nothing to him. And according to Govan, Cornelius was just basically like a pill guy, a pill head, right? So what else will make him go and do what he did to Dolph outside of somebody promising him something, whether it's money?
Yeah, Cornelius was a cluck. But like I said, man, Straight Drop just kept making bad decision after bad decision. And I think he probably had a call or something with Dolph that went left that he didn't like, because like I said, everything he did, he never got nowhere near 100,000. I think at the time when he went on the run, I think they said he probably maybe got like 10 or like 15 or something like that. He shot a couple of little music videos, went and got his Gucci North Face outfit, but that's it, and he threw his whole life away. So he threw his whole life away to be fresh and be on the run for what, maybe like less than a year or something or whatever. And it was just stupid, bro. Like, it's just dumb, man. He could have been out here. We still could have been getting music for Dolph. He could have been on paper route, and they all could have been getting money together.
Drugs, whatever it is. What would make him do what he did to Dolph? That's the question. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. How do you...
Also, he had said that Moneybag Yo, when Key Glock had money on his head, I don't think Moneybag Yo would have put money on Straight Drop head. I don't see no reason for him to. Him and Straight Drop and Big Homie G had did the video. Big Homie G is Moneybag Yo cousin, I guess. Like, so, you know, I don't see him. I don't understand that. Maybe he meant somebody else from PRE and Key Glock or whatever like that, but I let it's like, bruh, it don't even really matter, bruh. You threw your life away. You chose not to sign with paper route. You chose to kill young Dolph. So it is what it is, man. Cause Yo Gotti probably wouldn't have gave you 100,000 either. I ain't gonna lie to you. But y'all get in the comment section. Make sure y'all check out the playlist, man. I'm out.